All praises, all honor, all glory and majesty, everything beautiful and everything that he created. All praises go to the Holy One of Israel, whose name is Yahweh. I'm going to read 2 chapters for the first time ever. Like I said, this is for the family. This is for my notes. And this is for my mental health purposes. Let me tell you why. Because, of course, I have got my child stolen from me. But if I trust in Yahweh, and that's what I'm going to do, I put my trust in the Almighty. So, let's start this. Proverbs 18:1. Through desire, a man, having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. Verse 2. A fool have no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. That first one was interesting. Through desire, a man having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. Sometimes you got to get away from everyone and separate yourself so that you can get in the books. You can come together after the brothers have the ideas and they can share it, but there's a time for you to read, analyze for yourself. I like verse 1. Verse 2. A fool have no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. Okay, if you're in an argument with somebody, if they have no desire in understanding where you're coming from, that's a fool. They're going to talk over you. That's a fool. A fool had no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. So that he don't want to understand where you're coming from. He just want to discover what he already thought. That's all. He's not trying to understand where you're coming from. That's a fool. So when you talking to someone and it turns to an argument, they don't want to hear what you have to say. They don't want to understand. Well, that's a fool. All right. Verse 3. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. So when the wicked cometh, then come contempt. So when a wicked walk in the room, he got some problem with somebody. He's bringing contempt. Because when the wicked come, then also come contempt. So you got contempt for somebody up in here. Why are you even in here? Who brought this wicked man in here? Who brought the contempt for somebody else? That contempt can cause strife. Verse 4. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. Verse 5. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. This is exactly what the courts do. It is not good to accept the persons of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. They accept bribes. The Bar Association accepts the person of the wicked to overthrow judgment in those courts. Doing all types of wickedness. Keeping fathers away and mothers stealing children in CPS so they can put them on child support. Make them a slave. Parental alienation for pay. Verse 6. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calls for strokes. A fool's lips want to start arguments. It's a fool's lips that enter into contention, and his mouth calls for strokes. You're a fool because you want to start arguing and fussing and coming at somebody reckless. It says a fool lips enter in contention, and his mouth causes for strokes. Now you can feel convicted about what you're saying, but don't make it contention. You can feel very deep about what you're saying, but don't be argumentative. What does it say? A fool's lips enter into contention. So when you mad about something, you mad, you become a fool. So once again, a fool's lips enter into contention. So that's somebody who's trying to end, who's trying to always argue, is a fool. And you know if you're around a fool. We got a lot of fools. A lot of fools on this boy. Okay. What are we seeing here? Verse 7, a fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. You know, that's crazy because a fool's mouth is going to say, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to shoot you. You the enemy. You know what I mean? That's a fool's mouth. He's going around threatening people's lives all willy-nilly. Oh, nigga, I'll meet you up. Nigga, where you see your address or whatever the fuck motherfuckers be saying. Your mouth is your destruction. Let me read it again. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are a snare to his soul. Verse 8. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. This is a real good one for somebody I'm dealing with right now. Let me type that in real quick. That is dynamite. 18 and 8. I really feel like pulling that up. I gotta send that to somebody real quick. But no, like I said, this is my stuff anyway. Ain't nobody giving a fuck. Y'all niggas don't fuck with me. It's cool. Let me see. Let me send this to somebody real quick since y'all ain't paying attention. Anyway, niggas ain't on his bed. Let me see what's being said. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna continue, but I had to send that to someone because that was a really good proverb. It said the words of a talebearer are as wounds; they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. The words of a talebearer. Oh, it was something that me and you did together. You know, even if you say you did it with a woman, these are private things. These are things that other people you should not be telling everybody, or whatever the case is, of what goes on between or whatever. But the words of a talebearer are wounds. You know, people really, even when it comes down to doing dirt with your peoples, like, you know, you want to be able to hold a secret. People don't know how to do that. They're talebearers. They don't know how to do it. Don't matter what the situation is. You know what I mean? Ex-wife can talebear about her husband. You know what I mean? Let's continue though. He also that is slothful in his work is a brother to him that is a great waster. I feel like that's talking about me because I need to be more diligent in my work. Verse 10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and is safe. And we safe. The Almighty is the one that protects us. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Verse 11. The rich man's wealth is his strong city and has a high wall in his own conceit. Let me continue. Before destruction, the heart of a man is haughty, and before honor is humility. So, before destruction, the heart of the man, that means his emotions and stuff, is haughty. Heart is the seat of emotion, so he's haughty. And before honor is humility. So they got the word haughty and humility on both opposite ends of the spectrum. We got the haughty person, the arrogant, prideful, boastful. I'm all that. I'm the smartest. I'm the fastest. I can do it better. You know what I'm saying? The haughty. And you ain't nothing. I ain't even want to hear what you got to say. You a peon. I, I am the one. But yeah, before honor is humility. So, to be humble, some people may think that that's some sort of weakness. They have no idea. Let's continue. Verse 13. They that answer for matter before they hear of it is a folly and shame unto him. Why are you cutting somebody off to give them, they trying to ask for some advice about their situation, and you cut them off in the middle. He that answer for matter before he hears it, even if, what I'm saying, regardless of what it is, you answer a matter before you hear it. It don't have to be advice. It could be all, but if you answer a matter before you even hear the whole thing out, it is a folly and a shame unto him. It's a folly and a shame. Let me continue. Verse 14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? And I feel like without my baby, my spirit is wounded. Without my baby Ezra ben Israel, who was stolen by the juvenile court, they're lying. Me being a teacher, I'm an extreme danger to my child. They're liars. They know all types of stuff, and they just, my child is really in danger, real live danger. But he's already been hurt. But let's continue, though. Verse 15. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seek knowledge. What does that mean? Knowledge. It's not saying wisdom. Of course, you're going to get, what I'm saying, if you watch, but it's saying the ear of the wise seek knowledge. But yeah, so it's saying you're going for knowledge. Knowledge is all types of stuff. You can have knowledge on an animal. That's not necessarily the wisdom of the Almighty to avoid evil per se, but it is knowledge on how to maintain your flocks, or knowledge on other things, how to fix something, how to build a house, how to plant a vineyard. This is knowledge. Okay. Verse 16. A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men. I got to figure out what my gift is. Verse 17. He that is first in his own cause seemed just, but his neighbor come and searches him. Lot causes contention to cease, and parteth between the mighty. Verse 19. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like bars of a castle. A brother offended is harder to be won than a stronger city. Like, usually they offend a brother by being a tailbearer a lot of times. But a brother offended is harder to be won because he's your brother. And you offended a brother. Why you do that to your brother? And their contentions are like the bars of a castle. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips he shall be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of Yahweh. I guess I ain't obtained the favor yet. Ain't that? Let me continue. You see, some of these are indictments against me. The poor uses entreaties, but the rich answer roughly. Wow. A man that have friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Okay. And now I'm going to transition to Proverbs 19. Anybody, man, I'm fighting for my life. No. But, they got inaugurated, Jim Crow Joe and Lock 'em Up Harris. They didn't already locked up hella niggas, so y'all niggas about to get locked up. It's about to be hella niggas locked up. Y'all fucked up. But let me continue. Chapter 19, verse 1. Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Also, that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good. And he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. Ooh. So it said the soul has to be with knowledge. It's not good for a soul not to have knowledge. But what does that mean? That means everyone should be learning something. You should be learning something every day. You should learn something every day. Because it's not good for the soul to be without knowledge. The foolishness of a man perverteth his way, and his heart fretteth against Yahweh. Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Praise Yahweh. That's a real good one right there. Let me put this, since ain't nobody watching this more anyway. Okay. 19 and 5. Okay. Okay, so okay, that's cool. All right. Verse 6. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. All the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more does his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are wanting to him. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. That's a good one too. Let's continue. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. So discretion in a man makes him not get angry. He has to have discretion. Well, how do you get discretion? Trust in the Almighty. So discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. It's his glory that if somebody transgress against him or do something bad against him, that he can forgive them. That's his glory. The discretion of a man. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual droppings. The contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. Man. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from Yahweh. Prudent wife is from Yahweh. Put that consideration. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul, but he that despiseth his ways shall die. Verse 17. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto Yahweh, and that which he hath given will he pay him again. So when you lend to the poor, you lend unto the Almighty. Let me read that again. He that hath pity on the poor lendeth to Yahweh, and that which he has given will he, Yah, pay him again. So whatever you give to the poor, you're going to get it back. So what does that mean? Give to the poor. Okay. Chasten thy son where there is hope. Let not thy soul spare his for his crying. A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment, for if thou deliver him, thou must do it again. He has great wrath, meaning he's a fool. Verse 20. Hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in the latter end. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of Yahweh, that shall stand. The desire of a man is his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. I don't think people really believe that. That a poor man is better than a liar. People don't believe that. Let's continue. Verse 23. The fear of Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that have it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. A slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Smite a scorner, and the simple will beware. Reprove one that have understanding, and he will understand knowledge. He that wasteth his father and chase away his mother is a son that cause shame and bring reproach. Cease, my son, to hear the instruction that causes to err from the words of knowledge. An ungodly witness scorneth judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devoureth iniquity. Judgments are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the backs of fools. So in conclusion, I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to the mighty Yahweh. I'm out this boy.